everybody, Steve Ritter. Welcome back. It's been a long time, but time for another episode of Crockpot with the Colonel. So today's recipe, I believe it's from Teela Tequila. I think you sent this to me, Teela, but this is just super simple salsa chicken in the Crockpot. So the real challenge for this one, this is super easy, by the way. Just throw everything in, turn it on, go to work, come home, ready, put it over rice. So the real challenge for this one for me, though, here was finding salsa. So I looked all over a couple of different grocery stores, looking around. What I was looking for was one of those big jugs of salsa that you can get in the States. And I'm looking around, I look in the kind of the tomato sauce section, ketchup, no, and then I'm going, well, sometimes in the States you can find that stuff over by the potato chips, like by the corn chips. So I went over, I was looking at the potato chips section, and no go. So went to the Carrefour yesterday, was walking around looking, the same usual areas I was looking. They have like an international food section, right? So I go down that aisle, and I'm going, okay, well, maybe in because they have all the different countries, and they have like different specific things for their countries. So they, the Philippines is a big section there. Japan, and they had in England, and they had U.S. And I've mentioned this before in the a video I did a walkthrough the Carrefour, and that link's right here. But I mentioned that somebody was talking about it, but the U.S. section of that international section, all it is candy and ragu tomato sauce, which I thought was hilarious. All the things in the U.S., that's what you think you'd get, like, I was looking for grits there, but there ain't no grits there. So I'm looking, I was thinking maybe there would be there, and I'm like, no, and I turn around, and Mexico's right behind me. And I'm going, hey. And I look, and sure enough, I found some. Now, here's the thing. It's not Mexican brand. It's Tostitos, which is a U.S. company. This is the only kind I could find. So I've got Tostitos salsa, chunky salsa. I got two of these hot habanero ones, and I've got a medium chunky salsa. So this is probably going to be spicy. I'd probably go with mild if you're not a big fan of spicy. I am a fan of spicy. Salsa, 3 cans of salsa. I got, and Teela, I think the recipe you sent me had mentioned red peppers. And I thought about getting red peppers and cutting them up. But what I decided, I found a can of roasted red peppers. So I'm going to try this. I know in the Crockpot, these are probably going to completely dissolve away to nothing. But the flavor's there. I like the taste of roasted red pepper, so I'm curious how that's going to turn out. I could not find black beans or frijoles negros. Kidney beans. Yeah, well, we'll see how that turns out. So usually I only use kidney beans when I make chili, and some would say that's even a sacrilege. Some people don't believe in beans and chili, but this will add a little protein to it. And I've got a can of corn I'm going to toss in there too, because I'm not eating enough vegetables, so I got to put some veggies in there. And then I got, rather than chicken breast, I've kind of got to be a big fan of the thighs. So I'm going to go with, I've got 6 chicken thighs that I'm just going to season a little bit with salt, pepper. And that's it. The Crock-Pot's warming up now. I'm going to toss everything in. And away we go. And then I'm going to go on to work and come back tonight. We'll see how it looks. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the prep. It's pretty easy. And I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So just kind of prepping everything now. I've got my chicken here. Make sure you guys can see that. So I'll kind of pull the camera back. A little different view. I like the setup of this kitchen a little better than the other place I was staying at. A little more room to move. So I'm just going to season a little bit with some salt and pepper. Yeah, the shopping here, sometimes you gotta find some workarounds for stuff, because now that's interesting. They make these caps different sizes so you don't get them mixed up. It's Steve proof. So first thing I'm going to do, like I said, a technique is I will turn the crock pot on a little bit ahead of time just to start warming it up, so it's starting to warm up. I'm going to just empty these jars of salsa in here. I'm wondering if I'm going to need quite that much. A hot one and then a medium one. But I like lots of sauce, and it's probably going to cook down, so I'll tell you what, I'll go with 2 right now, and then we'll add everything else in. I'm going to add my red peppers in. Just dump them all in. These are roasted red peppers, whole jar of them. I also cut up 2 onions, because I like things a little oniony. These are big chunks, so it's not diced, it's just kind of just chopped up. I like oniony. So if you don't like oniony, then don't do this. But I like the cooked onions like that. I do like it very much. So I'm gonna open up this can of corn. I'm gonna just put all liquid and all in here. Probably gonna need to mix that up here. Let's see, big spoon, a big old spoon, BOS. Just kind of mix that together. I'm thinking that I might only need 2 cans of that salsa, which means I got more for later, right? Okay, got my beans. Why not? So, normally drain these beans off, which I will today. Just pour some of this juice off. Not too worried about rinsing them or anything here. So mix all that in, mix it all together. Make sure I got everything I do. I'm thinking the onions will cook out. It's pretty thick. It's more like a soup. And then I'm gonna just take these chicken thighs. I'm gonna just put them inside, make sure they're covered up. Put them in. Bury them in there. Yeah, this is kind of like a stew, salsa stew here. Huh. See how this turns out. Top on, off to work I go. So we'll see how that works. We'll be back this evening through the magic of time and editing. And we'll see how this turns out. We'll be right back. All right, back from work. I put this on about 8 o'clock this morning before I went to work, and it's 6 o'clock now. So what's that? 10 hours? That's a nice thing, and I had it on low though the whole time. That's the nice thing about a crock pot. If you get caught up at work or something like that, it's just going to keep slowly cooking and working. Ooh, fogged it up again. So let's take a look here. Oh yeah. So that chicken, obviously it's done. Sorry, keep you on here. Looks like some great sauce, some great stuff to put over my rice. Looks kind of more like soup, doesn't it? Look at all that. Probably could mix some flour with it. If I had flour, I'd probably work up a little bit just to thicken it a little bit, but it kind of looks like soup. Chicken soup, salsa soup. All right, I'm gonna make up a pot of rice. I'm gonna try it on and I'll let y'all know what I think, so stand by one. Hey, welcome back. So here's what it looks like. Here's what it turned out. So it a little bit more like soup, not very thick. So if you want to, cook it on high to try to cook the water down, a couple things different I'd do next time. I think probably I used 2 cans, which was about 30 ounces of salsa. Maybe I'd use one, a 15-ounce can or thing of salsa. Not pour. I wouldn't pour the juice from the corn into it. Then that might be some ways to keep it thick and cook it longer. Let it thicken up. Maybe cook it on high. Maybe it'll cook out a little bit more. The liquid, or like I said before, you could mix some flour with some water and pour it in and try to thicken it up a little bit. But it's nothing like a gravy. In fact, I was telling the ravishing Mrs. Ritter about it. She said, "Well, why don't you just add some chicken broth to it, and then you could have chicken tortilla soup?" And I'm like, well, that's a good idea. I thought about doing a mid-course shift and going to that, but I decided not to. I'm going to stick to this because I'm hungry and I can't wait. So the chicken, it was all bone in. I just left it on, and here, let's try a little bit here. And it's tasty. And it's got a little zip to it because I used that habanero salsa. But it's good over the rice. Very tasty. That's hot. Woo. Temperature wise, anyway. So another thing too is maybe put a little bit of shredded mozzarella or something, or not mozzarella, but like pepper jack cheese over the top of it or something like that. That might be a nice little twist too. So anyway, good simple meal. This is my lunch and dinner for a while. So hope you enjoyed it. It's Colonel signing off. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crockpot with the Colonel. Hey, don't forget, recipes down below. Like and subscribe, and also leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and give me some ideas. So I'm all ears. So we'll see you next time. Take care.